Hey everyone, welcome to the Answèr the Call podcast. I'm your host, AzurèRae, and welcome to the official episode, you all. I'm so excited to be sitting down doing this. Finally, this is something that I've been thinking about doing for quite some time, but I knew I needed to do it with one person, and that was with God. I knew that I could not do this in my own strength. Even though I know this is like from Him, I'm like, Lord, like I need you to just sit down today. And that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I've been praying all day because May has been crazy. I recently turned 30. Actually, on the 29th, it's the 30th when I'm sitting down recording this. And yesterday, if you would ask me if I would be sitting down on my couch in my home doing this, I would tell you absolutely not. Okay, that is my favorite line. Absolutely not. But I'm thankful for my community, for my friend, because she encouraged me this morning. And when I left our phone conversation, I said, you know what, Lord, like I have to do something. Like I have to move because you're not saying this for any reason. You're not allowing this to happen for any reason. And that's why we're here today. My light just died. So I apologize for the lighting, but I'm just going to flow. I want to start off by reading Psalms 52, verse 8 through 9, because one thing I've always said is that as I look around my home, I'm consistently reminded of what Jesus did for us when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he was under the olive tree. And one of my favorite new verses this year have been Psalms 52, verse 8 through 9. And it says, "But I am like a green olive tree in the house of God. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever, and I will praise you forever because you have done it. And in the presence of your saints, I will wait on your name, for it is good." And that is something that in this season that I'm in, I've wrestled with, I've thought about, and I cannot stop thinking about because I've been looking up like how does an olive tree even happen? Like the growth process, what that looks like. And the olive tree can withstand any season. It can withhold no matter if it's raining, fire, it will grow back. And once the olive tree is in its final form, you have rich olive oil. Look up an olive tree. It takes about like 15 to 20 years for it to be like in its final form to what it was created to be. And if we're supposed to be planted in the house of God like a green olive tree, even though that's like a metaphor, I often am reminded of the pruning season, what it takes to even get to an olive tree. And that is the season that I'm in. That's the season I've been in. That is the season that God has so graciously told me come New Year's. Like that was the word I received. And I'm like, Lord, like my job is great. I'm blessed. I look around and like, what do you mean? Like, what's about to happen? Like, what are you preparing me for? That's literally what I would tell my friend. I'm like, girl, what is he talking about? And now I see, because I feel it. I see that, that refining, saying yes to God, and how saying yes to God is not always easy. It's not always beautiful. You don't always have all the answers. And that's definitely something that I was humbled in. And I'm so thankful that he ripped that Band-Aid off for me. I can say, me grieving the loss of my dog, he was like a safety net for me. Week prior to losing him this month, I referred to him as my source for life. And that is so dangerous. That is not what the Lord has called us to feel about things he created. The Bible clearly talks about having idols and worshiping things other than the Creator. And even, yes, we can love our animals. We are called to show the love of Christ. However, when we start to be fully dependent, that is the issue. And that's what was starting to happen in my life. Like this month was literally so crazy for me. But I knew I still had to do this. I knew that I could no longer sit on what the Lord has told me to do. And delayed obedience is still disobedience. I've been disobedient with this. However, I'm just trying to pull myself out of that. And I'm thankful to have people in my life to remind me of like AzurèRae, like the word he spoke is still going to come to pass, whether you want to do it now or later. You should just do it now so you're not disobedient, even if you're uncomfortable. And so, yeah, this grieving season has definitely been tough for me. I never expected to lose my dog, something that I valued so deeply, that I love so deeply. The month of my birthday, and then other just things that I've been dealing with mentally. I got baptized on May 17th, which that was another prayer of mine, other than to like join a church home. And to know that even that was a struggle for me. It's something that I so deeply wanted before I turned 30. Like, you all, my dog died on May 13th. I literally got baptized that Sunday, and it was, I was so full of grief. I mean, I still am, but I'm just like, Lord, I don't know if I can do this. But I knew that was nothing but the enemy. And then family things. And this is also the month my grandmother passed away. This month, I've always said, as growing up as a child, I feel like, man, when my birthday comes around, I feel attacked, okay? And this year was no different. However, I feel like this year I see the Lord a little bit more clearly. I see his grace. You all don't understand how many nights I have screamed in here because I'm so upset and so angry, but I also see what he's doing in me. And so answering the call is hard, you all, but it's a season that I'm in. It's a season that I feel like as Christians, there's no season of us to never answer the Lord's call. It might look different. It might feel different. But I do feel as a believer that we are consistently answering God's call until our last breath. And that is what I want this podcast to embody: transparency, even when it's uncomfortable. Honesty. I want us to laugh, cry, build a community. Like, nothing is off limits because I've been through so much, but I also have so much history with God to where I know he was faithful 2 years ago, so he's about to be faithful now. Even when I don't fully understand, even when I'm still learning and growing, and I want you all to be on that journey with me. As painful as it is, God is still faithful and he's worthy. And I always remind myself, I was right, he died for that. And yeah, so that is what Answer the Call is. I'm sorry that the first episode was so deep, but that's just the place I'm in. I hope you all stay because we're going to cry. We're going to laugh. Nothing's off limits. I want you all to email me like topics. I'm going to have my friends on, guests on. I don't want it to just be me. It is not going to be a preachy thing. It's going to be a raw, honest, safe, vulnerable place where we can give our yes to God confidently, boldly, and we can all feel leaving empowered. Like, that is what it is. I want to build community because community is so important, and that is something that I will talk about later. But I just wanted to hop on here and introduce myself and say welcome to Answer the Call, a safe place, a safe haven where we can all grow, learn, and evolve and be the men and women God called us to be. Yeah, so make sure you all email me your topics, DM me. We are going to do this journey together. I'm really excited. And I just want to say thank you again to my community of friends who support me, who love me, who push me to just do it. Okay. But I'm excited to have you all as my family as well. And I can't wait to hear your stories, your testimonies, and make this a whole thing because answering the call to the Lord is beautiful. So I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for joining me on the first episode, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.